Ouch, that doesn't rip.
Okay, we're live now. We're on stream
Okay.
now. So, don't
Alright.
talk about buttholes or...
Yeah, no.
Live. Test, test our voices. So just say,
Sure.
hello,
Hello. Hi,
hello,
everybody.
test.
It's Lotus. Can you hear us?
Yeah, that's it. Live. Test, test our voices. So just say,
Sure.
hello,
Hello. Hi,
hello,
everybody.
test.
It's
Okay,
Lotus.
stream's good.
Yep. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
Hope they can hear. Nobody typed yes, so please type in chat yes if you hear us. Oh, they don't know to go into
Yeah, yeah. Hello.
hello. Anybody
Anyone,
out there?
can anyone hear us?
Guess not.
Okay, we got someone watching. Give it some more time. Got another 5 minutes or so. Hello.
Okay, they can hear us then, Zay said. Thank you, Zay, for answering.
Okay, so yeah, there will be delays. There's always going to be a delay between stream and what we say. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
A huge delay or like a couple seconds?
it might be about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, something like that. Generally,
Wow.
yeah. So
I don't see Tidge.
no,
Did he say he was coming or?
I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I mean, Yeah, compute.
Wow, huge delay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Well, we'll see how it goes. We've never done it like this before. I just wanted to try it out. So, see.
We thought that compute that it would be a little more personal to actually hear somebody's voice talking, and it's a lot easier to get your point across when people can hear the tone of your voice. So we thought that would help. I don't know how that's going to work with the typing, but
It's also good as well because I can keep the live stream chat separate, and I can, even if people aren't on the server, I could still read the pop out chat on YouTube. So
oh, I didn't think of that.
yeah.
Thank you, compute. Oh, Adelaide's here. Good. Couple more people.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect a huge turnout because of the. We didn't really have a long notice for the meeting. Usually, we have like a week or two, but we only had a couple of days, so should be fine though. Yeah. Okay, I think that might be everyone that's showing up today.
Yeah. We got so much to talk about. Probably should get started. You know?
Yep.
So welcome everybody to the meeting today. I'm Lotus, if you don't know me, but I think all of you that are here do know me, so kind of helping out today.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to go through. So, shall we get started?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, so the first on the board, it's that one. Do with alts. The alts one, about the alts. Lotus?
Oh, me? Oh, sorry. Yeah. The first thing I want to say before we even start, I'm sorry, I should have said this, is that we're not going to talk about anything but the things that are on the board, and probably be best if we don't get into all kinds of detailed discussion about what happened last week, because there are so many important things that we got to get through. And certainly, if people want to discuss, um, the PvP issues, we can do that at the end. It's no big deal. Or we can just make a time and then we'll come in and talk to you. The first one is define what you can do with alts and limits of their usage. Um, I know my feeling is I don't have an alt here, but because I'm too cheap to get an extra account. No, I'm kidding. Uh, but I think that if people pay for an account, they should be able to use it. That's my feeling.
Yeah, and everyone can use an alt. It's not an unfair advantage that one person has and somebody else doesn't. Everyone can choose to use one. So um,
Yeah, like,
I know we've had rules against it in the past, but
oh,
you
you
know,
have?
well, yeah, back when we had like we had a rule board at spawn bigger than this board. We just had rules for every little thing, and it didn't really work out that well in the end because when someone wants to find a loophole or something like that, they always will do it, and can't have a rule for every little thing. So
Yes. And like we've talked about this before, but there are a limited number of people that are here, and you know we should be able to get along. We should be able to talk about this amongst ourselves too. So if there are a whole bunch of rules and it just gets very difficult. So
yeah, that was pretty crazy, Grum. Yeah, it used to be people used to do crazy stuff back then, but I don't think it's like that anymore. So
yeah, that's 10 alts. Wow.
yeah, they had all these people who were just exploiting everything. So
Well, were they able to get alts without paying for an account or something?
sometimes, yeah, there were ways to get free
Oh,
accounts.
oh, didn't know that. All right, I think we should, if nobody has any other comments, or if you still want to make a comment, that's fine too. Should we move on to the next thing?
Yeah, sure. The portal glitches.
You know,
Someone was glitching the portals or something. Does not compute portal. I remember. I guess this is your sign.
compute. Oh,
Remember that
I
30
want to
second
make a
delay.
comment about it. Yeah, yeah, I forgot.
See leaks. What?
Yeah, can you explain do not compute better about what happened with the portal glitches?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So does anybody want to talk about it a little bit, or Zay, maybe? Okay. All right, let's move on then, because there's a lot to do.
Yeah. The racing and the maze. I guess we can talk about both those things.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I don't see it as a problem. I don't know. Anyone can do that stuff.
Yeah, I put that one up because Zay built a racetrack, and it's very nice. And I think it would be really fun to do a start doing some races, but that's up to the community.
Okay, so Zay, is there a way for people to find the name of the portal without someone telling them? Like, is there a command that people are using? Because I can disable that command if that's the case. Fix that up pretty easy.
There's a special command that
Yeah.
people are using. Yeah, I want to bet on some horses too. We need somebody to be the one who the Betty. Oh,
Oh,
is that the
okay.
command?
Alright, so I could probably disable the item, at least. There should be a way in the configuration I could disable it. I'll have a look at that. So that should fix the problem, right? If that wasn't allowed?
Yeah. Why don't you think it should be disabled? Say.
Well, people are using it to identify the portal network on other people's portal networks, and then they build their own one to that network. So they're
Oh,
using other people's.
oh,
Um, you can lock your portal. I thought there was a feature like that. Well, if you forget the portal name, you could just destroy the portal. You could just break the portal and it will reset, and you can just create a new network. I mean, I know it's not you know, as convenient, but it does rule out that exploit.
yes. You're right, Chrome. Write it down.
Yeah. Well, I forgot the portal name a couple times when I was creating portals, and when that happened, I just broke the portal. Just break the portal, and it just that breaks, and then you just do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a lava trap. Wow. No. Okay.
Oh, so you can restrict as well. So does that also fix it? So basically, this is a situation where someone complains that their chest got looted, but they didn't claim it with factions when they could. So the option is there to protect their portals, but they just didn't do it, right?
Right.
Is that
Right.
what happened, Fallen One? Well, you said you can restrict it, so that works, right?
Yeah, that's what people have to do.
Maybe not. Yeah, Zay.
The levels to rename clock.
Okay. So,
All right, so probably we should go to the next one.
well, I don't know. Like,
No,
how are we going to fix the issue then? Are people. I mean, I guess we could just make it against the rules to do that. I mean, that can count as griefing, right? Um, but yeah. Well, how about this? Why don't you? I guess if your portal is in your base somewhere behind a locked door in a faction claim, people can't get in anyway to check the portal network name, right? I think there are ways around protecting your portal. So
but in general, we everything can be, you know, gone around. You can, people just have to make sure you're know what
yeah.
you're doing, and
All right, we'll just move on to the next thing anyway.
yeah.
So
Well, we talked about the horses, so
yeah,
we really appreciate that you got that
plug in. Yeah, it's
plug-in. Yeah, it's really fun, and if you haven't looked for horses yet or you haven't tried it, it's great. Now you can go someplace and call your horse right to you, and you can ride around and then just jump off your horse and walk around and then call your horse again. It's great. It's great for exploring. I've really enjoyed doing that.
yeah. Increased zombie spawns. Um, well, the reason why, I mean, if you guys remember, a few months ago, we had a lot of monsters, we had a lot of zombies, but we since had to uh, turn the spawns down because we were having some performance issues, and those issues are still there. So I don't know what's going on with Minecraft. It wasn't even a plugin issue, it turned out. So we can't actually turn the zombie spawns up right now. It's we're kind of stuck with that the way they are right now, unfortunately. At least until maybe a new version or like honestly, I don't know what's wrong with the monsters right now.
But that'll work itself out eventually.
Maybe.
And
I just don't understand
maybe,
how I don't understand how a few months ago we could have hundreds and hundreds of zombies on the server and it was fine, and now we can have like 200 zombies and the server lags, and I can't figure out why it's doing it.
yeah.
And I did tests on my test server by ruling out plugins. Me and Grumfist did that. We ruled out a bunch of plugins. We even ran the server without plugins, and we're still having problems. So I don't know. Maybe Mojang changed something with 112. I don't know.
So you think it's something that happened with Mojang and all these updates they're
Whoa,
doing.
you're rubber banding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully it can work itself out. If anybody has suggestions,
Hello, Lotus. Hello. I think we lost Lotus. Can you guys still hear me? Still here. Um. Well, we upgraded the RAM on the server. Yeah, it's a CPU thing. Sorry guys, just trying to work out what's going on with Discord. Yeah, I lost Lotus. I don't know what's. I think it's a Discord doing something. Yeah, I don't know. But we lost Lotus, unfortunately. I don't know. Okay, so we'll move on to the next topic. So a wiki page. Yeah, so the verdict on the zombies was we can't increase the zombies right now because of server issues. Okay, so wiki page for our plugins so we can know. So we know what we have open to us and information. So you mean like whoa, who's drowning? So that's so that we have a list on the wiki page of all the plugins we're running, so you can look at commands and how the different plugins work, right? That's a good idea. I'll add that to the list of to-do lists. to-do list things. Things on the to-do list. That's an easy one. We don't really need to discuss that. It's simple. Got it. Written down. Kind of. I don't see how anyone would be against that. Well, we were talking on live stream until something went wrong with Discord and it's completely crapped itself. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Zay. Just a plugin list of and you can just have links to the different pages. So that's simple enough. Okay, the race plugin. Okay, so we've talked about this before, so but I know maybe not everyone's familiar with the general idea of it, so I'll just run through it real quick. So basically, we're going to have a plugin on the server that allows you to choose a race, and when you choose a race, you get a different title next to your name. Like, you know how now everyone's got mortal beside their name. So say you choose to be an orc, you'll have orc beside your name, or if you chose undead, you have undead next to your name. We're also going to have a different spawn city for every race. So we'll have Oak's Rest as like a multicultural or just a place for everyone to run their shops and do all that. But when you type /spawn, you'll go to a completely different place dependent on your race. So the orcs will have their own city, undead will have their own city. So basically, when you choose a race, you go to one of these cities and then you can just start building there or participating with other members of your race. That's the general idea of it. And all these cities were going to be on Orostar. At first, the races were only going to be a title, so it'll just be a title change. But later on, we could add in like special abilities and stuff, but we didn't really get that far into it yet. As for when it's coming, because I know people keep asking about it, well, I don't know. I guess when the time is appropriate. I actually thought maybe it could be like a whole new age. So when it happens, we'll have like a lead up to it, sort of like with the Dark Moon, how we had some promotional stuff. We'll have some videos, we'll have some blog posts, we'll have some new features to show. And then when it launches, when we have the big launch, it will be just kind of like a big launch. Also, I don't think it would be a soft launch, as in like you'd be playing Minecraft up until it happens. I was actually thinking we could shut the server down for a period of time while we set it all up, and then we have everyone join in one big rush and get things going like that. I don't know how you guys feel about doing it that way. Race war. Well, we'll still have factions, and we don't know if all the races will band together to be on the same side, but Age of Diversity. But this isn't going to happen for a little while because I've got some things going on in real life right now, and I mean, we got a lot of options of things we could do for the future. I don't think there's any rush. I mean, I think people are having a good time already anyway. Oak's Rest is doing pretty well.
Sorry.
Oh, welcome back, Lotus.
I have no idea what happened.
Yeah, that was odd.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Not a problem.
No, it won't be restricted to Orostar. That's just where the I think that's where we'll focus the new cities. So that's the idea. Orostar will have the race cities, and then we'll have Oak's Rest over on the mainland. Oak's Rest will be like the capital city of the of the mainland. Let's just say that, you know.
So okay, so we're on the one with about Oyster being the everybody's sort of hub
Yeah,
together,
yeah,
like an open. You just I don't know what you said. I'm so sorry. That it would be kind of an open um, hubs so that everybody could land there from all the different races, but they would also be segregated. Is that what you're saying? Like there'd
yeah.
be
Or we
separate hubs.
or we could do something crazy, like actually instead of doing it on Orostar, we could do it on like the new continent, like it's a smaller continent, you know, and put the undead over there and put the orcs over here and put elves over there and just see what happens. But there's a few things we could do. But I like the idea of putting it on a smaller place because we want things to be kind of closer. We want people to build roads and things like that.
Um, a good question. Can you be a hybrid?
No, I don't think so.
Because there's only the label. You have to choose
Well,
between things.
no, because we wouldn't. I mean, if you're a hybrid, then how do we decide which hub you go to, the orc one or the elf one? Like, if you say you're half orc, half elf, how do is your spawn going to be the orc city or the elf city? I don't think it would work.
Right. Right.
These are just ideas, guys. So there's just ideas of things we can do. But for the meantime, we've got Oak's Rest, we've got the economy, we've got the shops and the Z horses. We're doing this right now, so this is just where we're at right now. So
Right.
don't get too far ahead of yourselves making plans or anything because this is sort of something over the hill for later.
Okay. So this is not going to be something we're going to do right away.
Yeah,
Well, at least we can answer the question. People have been asking about it, so
yeah,
it's down the road, but we are thinking about it, and it is something that
yeah.
we're coming to.
Okay, next topic: server restart. Restarts to reduce AFK and lag. I've already looked into this as a plugin, and there are no plugins that do this properly. So the only way to
Yeah.
do server restarts is for me to do it manually, or I can give some people the ability to do it. So I could give them the wardens the ability to do server restarts. I think I can do that. I have to actually look into that.
And maybe, if you missed a day or something like that, it wouldn't, it's not that big of a deal. Just if it could be done once in a while,
Yeah,
maybe different times of the day, so nobody's, nobody knows. I don't know. But we could see if that makes anything any better. If it doesn't make anything any better, then certainly that's a waste of time. But
it would help, but I don't think we have the ability to do that to give other people the ability to do restarts.
okay,
Spigot's Brewery has a server restart built into it.
I don't know what that means.
Really? Sounds kind of strange.
Yeah. What would be the reason is the question.
Well, the reason to restart,
No, I mean the brewery. Why would it
yeah,
need it in the brewery?
I don't know. Okay, so the next thing is the villages. You want to talk about this one, Lotus?
Yes, this was great discussion amongst everyone, and you know how the villagers got killed. So there has been questions among people that the villagers, obviously caused some kind of lag. I don't know how much. I don't know the technical. I don't know what exactly how much lag, but if they seem to cause lag, and which brings us to the next one. and we wanted to kind of solve that problem. One of the options was to put villagers at spawn, and then everybody would use those villagers, and then there wouldn't be separate villagers at all different places. But here's the question. People need to decide, not, not us. You guys need to make the decision of, well, do you want villagers in each individual place? Do you want just villagers at spawn? If you want villagers at spawn, who's going to do that? Because somebody has to set that up,
Can I just
which is
ask,
not easy. Sorry.
um, is are people complaining about villagers because they cause lag, or is it because they think some people have an unfair advantage in PvP because some people have access to these items? Because I noticed a few things on this board today is because of the PvP last week, and that's why this stuff's come up. Because people were PvPing and they were trying to nitpick things that, oh, this person has this and I don't, so I'm going to try and make it banned, you know? Because, Fen killed those villagers last week. I know we weren't supposed to talk about this, well, we weren't going to talk about this, but
Right.
I think it was more, I don't think he did that to help the server, right? It was more because they had villagers and he didn't. So it's more of a PvP advantage. That person has villagers and I don't.
Yeah, so I think if people want to have them, then we're not going to have these arguments about, whether we do or don't. We need to make, you guys make the decision. We can make the decision right now today.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, well, if it's lag, then
And that even if it's lag or not lag, it's up to you guys what you want to do. All right, well, we'll get to that. The farming thing we'll talk about, separately from the rest of this. Right now we're talking about the villagers.
Yeah.
So,
We
I
could.
mean, we could do a vote with the people that are here right now.
Well, why don't we can make it so people can have some villages, but they can't have those little. You see those boxes where they have like 50 villages in a small space.
Should we make like a limit? Make a limit of like
Yeah.
10 or something like that? 10?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, if any of you guys have more than 10 villages, can you cull them back, please? That would help the server. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rag. That's what we're thinking of doing. Just at Oak's Rest, we can just have a community section, where you can go trade with, set up a poll.
Yeah, we could do that. Like, you could just set up something easy and people could vote.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
once the decision's made, that's it. We're not going to keep arguing about it. Because it needs to get solved and that's it.
Ben, I wasn't spinning anything against you. I was just talking about, like, from my perspective, like why did this person go and kill this person's villagers? And to me, it just seemed like it was all about PvP. That's what it looked like to me. Anyway, I wasn't spinning anything.
Yeah, so so the choice could be keep the villagers and everybody has 10, or have a village at spawn, or don't have them at all. I guess
Well,
that
we'll
would
say
work,
if
right?
exploitative how, like, I mean, if are we banning villagers because they cause lag, or because they give some players an advantage over others? Because if it's later, I don't think it's that big of a problem because plenty of people have advantages over others. Like one person will have Prot 4, Diamond Armor, and Golden Apples and health potions, another person doesn't. Does that mean we make, you know, brewery potions illegal and we make enchanting tables illegal because someone's got more of it than someone else? I don't think that's a valid reason.
Yeah, you're right. And if it's not causing lag because they're only doing 10, then and then I guess it poses the problem of what do you do if somebody has more than 10? I guess maybe they need to be banned, for a short amount of time or something.
Yeah. Well, there's actually a plugin I can get that makes it so you can't have like a million mobs in a small area, and
Oh,
it culls them. We might
oh,
have to get
that's
that.
good.
Yeah, I might have to get that plugin again. So I'll write it down. We'll get that plugin again.
Okay.
It's called like Limit Farm or Farm Limiter or something. It's called. But what it'll do is, if you've got like say more than 10 sheep in a pen, it will delete
Uh-oh.
the excess ones.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so you're gonna lose some of your sheep probably, Lotus, but it will help the
Oh boy.
service. Yeah. It'll just,
Okay.
yeah, it calculates per chunk how many mobs are in the chunk, and then it will delete the extras and bring it down to the limit that we've set. So we can just set it to like, 10 mobs in a chunk. That's it. Yeah.
Well, everybody can get around everything and you just got to do the best you can. And let's just say with the 25 people that are on here, you need to be honest. You need to do what we're saying, and you know, people are going to find out. So you need to cover it, cover yourself. Don't do those things. Let's move on to the next, because
Yeah, we've been on this one for a while, so.
yeah,
Okay, that's all the. Deal with corrupt mods. Okay, that's not talking about that.
yeah. Well, can I just say something about that?
Yeah.
This has been an issue with the mods, um, and my feeling, and you can correct me, my feeling is that they're doing it for free. They're helping out the server. We're doing the best we can. One of the things that needs to be done is if you have an issue, you need to calmly talk to people about it, especially the mods, um, and or talk to one of us. And but this is not going to be run like a police state. They're going to do the best they can. We're now discussing things like the villagers and discussing some of these other ideas. Coming to the meetings and setting forth your opinion is great. And the mods will be here, so they're going to hear all this too. And really, we should support them the best that we can, and not what was happening last week was the mods were just being like overwhelmed with everybody. Like if one person says a couple of things, gets mad or whatever, and then that's one thing. But when 10 different people are doing it, it just becomes overwhelming for people, and they don't want to be a mod. They don't want to come here and they don't want to do it. So um, while I agree, things need to be figured out, we also are 25 in this group here. We need to start trying to figure things out ourselves within these discussions. What else do you think? That
I'll read the chat. Yeah, well, the thing is, I guess it depends on the information. I guess if people are PvPing, I've told the mods now that when players are PvPing, that the mods are just not to get involved at all, like in any way or shape or form. Because when people are PvPing, I don't know why, but they get really sensitive about everything. Like,
yeah.
like I don't know, they get very aggressive. Like, who's on my side, who isn't on my side, what does this person have that I don't, and it gets
Hmm.
really micro, details. And so I've just told the moderators, look, we're not going to get involved.
Yeah. Um, and people can bring reasonably, calmly their ideas and their, you know, put them on the board here. We'll talk about them in a reasonable way. And even if the things that are on the board today that we talked about, you want to talk about more or you don't understand, certainly in 2 weeks we could talk again, right? I mean, all right, should move on. Sorry, I held you back from that one, but
No, that's fine.
I mean, maybe Grum, did you want to say something? Because you're here, and
Yeah.
hopefully I spoke for you, for the moderators, but I don't, certainly if you want to say something more, you could.
Well, we do have that rule, as Hook just said. We have a rule where when a moderator can obtains information through Core Inspector or anything like that, they can't give it out to other players, and that's true. If that happened recently, I'm sorry, that wasn't what was meant to happen, but generally it's not something that's allowed or that's accepted. So
But we can't beat anybody down for, so now they know that. So, you know, the
yeah,
moderators, we kind of got to be supportive of and talk to them calmly and also, oops, sorry, I got a phone call, and talk to us calmly. I got to take that. Hold on.
yep, yep. Okay, so the next topic is who moderates the mods? Yeah, who created God, right? Okay, so there's still plans to add PvP and PvE arenas. Yes, there is plans for this.
Okay, sorry.
We're up to the PvP arena topic.
Oh, yes, good. Yes, good.
Yeah. So,
Um, So what's happening with the PvP arena is Tidge very kindly offered to create a arena, and he has done a lot of things for this server. He's worked hard, like many of you have, and he you know it's hard for him to just build something without using creative. And the general feeling about creative is that it's sort of a mixed bag of things. One is we can give creative to somebody and they use it, but the problem is they're coming up with their own idea, they're creating everything alone, they're not really collaborating with other people. So it, it I just think, and I agree with Lig about this, that the server would be better if people were, for example, with this arena, people were given the opportunity to jump in, not only help them with materials, because this becomes, you're really involved when you're starting to make the materials for the person, and you're also kind of you're watching him, you're working together. I know I've worked with Zay, and I'm standing there and we're talking and we're looking at things and discussing, and so there is kind of collaboration rather than just one person making it. And then you know more people are involved in a particular job. So with Tidge, if you want Tidge to do it, Tidge needs help with getting the materials and people helping him and so on. So we need volunteers to do that. You don't have to do it right today, but
yeah,
if you could step up to the plate and do that, that'd be great.
yeah,
Also, we can't, we're not going to get the PvP plugin until that one is made or that one's finished. I know also Zay's making one. It's really cool. You should stop by and see it. And she's creating one herself, but she's doing herself. She's coming up with her own materials herself. She's coming up with her own idea. Certainly, we encourage people to do creative things like that. We're not saying don't do it, but in this case, it's in Spawn. Right next to Spawn. It's supposed to be kind of a community PvP, and we're asking for help.
yeah. And if you're contributing, if you're part of the team and you're helping build this arena, you can add your own ideas in on what you'd like to see in an arena. Like, do you want to see traps? Do you want to see obstacles? What kind of style do you want it to see in? We want it to be community built, and I want everyone to put their ideas in. And That's kind of
Is
the
Tidge
idea.
here right now? Is
Uh,
Tidge here now?
I don't think he's no. So
Okay, so we can talk about Tidge. No, I'm joking. So we, there's people that volunteered, so that looks good. Looks like
yeah,
we're moving towards that direction
yeah,
in a
and what
positive
and
way.
so just to put it out there, what things we need for the arena? We need a fighting area. Hey Lotus, do you have your
Yeah.
microphone on or something? I mean your speakers on or something because I can hear myself through your
Oh,
microphone.
no, no, I have my earphones on.
Okay, you might need to turn me down a little bit.
Okay. Is that
Okay,
better?
yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's okay. That's way
Yeah.
down. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's no worries. Okay, so the things we need a fighting area. Um, but we also need at least two lobbies that are accessible. The lobbies are where the fighters can choose a team, and then
Yeah.
I can put a link in of the plugin we're going to use so you guys can see how it actually works. Just check out the chat in a second.
Yeah, that would be great. I think people would look at that. I think
Okay,
it was like 3 or 4 people that volunteered.
okay, so that's the plugin, and there's some videos on there as well. So just if anyone who's interested in helping build the arena, I suggest watching the videos and reading the tutorial and such, and learning how the plugin works, so you know how the arena should be built.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, there's a general. You can set up a general team. You can do a team arena. You can do a free for all arena. Just there's different ones. I think there's even a. I think there might even be a capture the flag. There's infection, igniting the bomb. There's a tank mode. So there's all different things. So
Wow.
I encourage everyone to include that in the design. What you decide to build. Okay. So next topic, guys. What do you think? When will be the next dark moon? When will the next dark moon be? Uh, I don't have
We
a.
talked.
Sorry.
Oh, we didn't. There's no date set for it right yet, and I know that. I'm sorry, I'm jumping in. Did you want to go ahead?
Well, it's pretty much what I was going to say. We don't have a set date. What are you doing, Kat?
And the thing is also that it would be really nice, again, as we said before, for people to volunteer and jump in, planning, planning it, um, helping to set, forth ideas, and you know, maybe it could become a thing that isn't just one person, you know, sort of entertaining everyone, if that's a word I can use.
Yeah.
Um, Getting more people involved to work with you, and that would require people offering to do it, and then um, you know working together,
Yeah. Well,
maybe
right.
as a group or whoever wants to do it.
Well, right now I'm not planning another event like that soon. Just sort of letting things go as they go right now. I mean, I think we're working on Oak's Rest. We want to get the PvP arena done. Um,
And it's a lot of work for you. I mean, honestly, I've seen what you have to do to prepare, and what
yeah.
just doing the event is it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's more work than like every 2 weeks you could do, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not so much that it's. I mean, yeah, it's too much work, but it requires a lot of consistency. I mean, because I have to create a lot of promotional material and things like that. As you guys saw with the last Dark Moon event, we had videos and blog posts and
Yeah.
a lot of advertisement for that. So it takes a lot of work to make that happen the way it happens.
But certainly we could do more of the horse racing, the PvP arena, the stuff like that. If we could get that organized a little better, it
Yeah,
would be fun.
I think we'll be.
Even if we did
Yeah,
an event after this, if somebody wanted to do a little event that was short, and everybody's here, that'd be a great time to do it.
yeah. Or we could have the if the PvP arena was set up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have regular fights after
have a regular
after
fights
the meeting.
after the meeting. We have a PvP fight. Yeah, that could work. Okay,
That's funny.
so that's the talk on events. Just to make it clear once again, there isn't one planned right now, but That's something we're going to do again at some point. So, jail plugin. Jail plugin. It's the next sign here. It's over here, to this side.
Can't move my figure. Okay, there we go. I can't see it, so I'm moving over. No, I can't see because your head's in the way.
Oh.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, we do have a jail plugin, but I don't think it's a priority right now. So I'm just going to skip this
Oh, the
sign.
jail plugin.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Oh,
skip this.
sorry.
Let's just skip this sign.
Jail plugin's not ready yet, but it's to be ready. And again, that's another thing, you know, eventually soon we're going to need somebody to create the jail. We got to talk about it more with people, make decisions about it. But it is in the thinking, like in the thinking stage.
Yeah, it's just a
Jail
plugin where we can jail people instead of banning them. So it's just another option for the wardens to take without, you know, kicking someone off the server entirely. Anyway, wardens to be on the same page about rules and consistency.
Yeah, and we kind of talked a little bit about that already, which was, you know, to remember that the mods, they're not getting paid. They're here. Um, they're people, and they're not, you know, they, what was happening was a few people would say a few things kind of nasty to them, and then it became so many people were doing it, and people get angry, and every time they're on, they're talking to them. I mean, mods certainly jump in on this, but you know, to be kind of like overwhelmed with all of that is, you know, that's not fair.
Yeah.
And you know, we're a small group here, so I don't think we need to have like a police state. I said that already.
Police state. Yeah.
You know, we don't. You know, these guys are just doing it for free and volunteering, and they shouldn't be treated badly. And certainly, we're offering this. Come to these meetings. You know, speak your mind. If you want to do something, we can do it. Um, so
I want to take this opportunity. I just remembered I had this note written down. I was supposed to mention it at the start of the meeting. Next week, we're removing Locket from the server. I know a lot of people wanted that, so just letting you guys know.
So if you have a locket and you haven't put it to the faction, locked it, you know, with the faction, then you need to do that.
Yeah, start using
Or it's going to be
factions.
gone.
Yeah. So, once again, just letting you guys know, next week, Locket is getting removed.
Yes, and Hook just said, you know, we don't have a guidebook to go by, and that's true. But it's not like we have 500 people on this server. You know, it's a small amount of people. We should be able to reasonably talk to each other and figure stuff out reasonably. And we talked about this at the beginning too. If we're going to do PvP, you know, that's we're going to get into every little tiny thing and tons of arguing about everything, and it could just never end.
Yeah. So that's the thing on Locket. Yeah. That's been decided.
Okay.
So that's not up
Yeah.
for debate.
Oh yeah, that's just
Yeah.
yeah. Well, just people needed to know ahead of time so they don't lose their stuff. And if you see somebody's stuff there and you see them come on the server, if you could remind them, you know, hey, your locket's going to go, you know, so they know. Because after that, that's it. It's, you know, the stuff's up for grabs. It's gone. You know, locket's going to come off.
Yeah, another problem with the mods, I think a lot of the complaints with consistency comes from something like a player asking one moderator to do something for them, and that moderator doesn't want to do it or doesn't know about it, and then they go to the next moderator and ask them. We used to have players that used to do that, they ask a moderator, hey, can you spawn something in for me? And that moderator says no, and then they ask the next moderator, and then the next moderator until they get what they want, and that's going to cause problems too. So, uh, unless it's something important, you really shouldn't be bothering the moderators, especially if it's PvP related, like, oh, this guy has this and I don't, or
Yeah.
this guy's doing that. He logged out when I was trying to fight him. Ban him, please. And then the moderator says no, and then you get upset because the other moderator said that shouldn't be allowed, and you're just kind of putting everything under a microscope at that point.
I mean, I realize that PvP on Minecraft has been in the past. It has been on other servers. A thing where you try to get the other guy the best you can. Do the worst thing.
Yeah,
Try to get by the rules and stuff. But you got to remember, this is a small group. As I've said it several times, the moderators are not the police, and we need to talk about it with each other and try not. I mean, you can do PvP, but try to do the honest thing, I guess. Be fair
yeah.
about stuff.
Next sign, guys. Move on to the next one.
The
Myth,
mythic drops.
the
Is
mythic
that next?
drops. Yeah, mythic drops. We've had that on the server before. I don't think it was very popular.
What I don't really know what it is. So will you explain to everybody?
Well, basically, it just changes the drops on some mobs. So, like, you could have skeletons drop a little bit of gold, or you could have zombies drop a little bit of quartz and things like that. But you can also have them drop weapons and armor and different random things like that.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah,
What's a mythic mob? A whole bunch of them doing that?
mythic mobs. It's a plugin. I'm just looking up the page now. Sorry, I don't
Yeah,
even,
because I don't.
I don't think it's even updated to 112. Oh, July 2017. Okay, maybe it is. Mythic drops.
Well, we can look into it. Certainly, we can look into it and
Yeah, that's right, Zay. Yeah, we
get.
need someone. And that's also the same with the next board, the brewery recipes. If someone wants to take the time to do that, that would be really helpful.
Oh, cool.
I think it was Compute, was it, who gave me a big list of things that he'd like to see in the recipes. But it's the same with the mythic mobs, so someone would need to customize the mobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you need help with that.
Yeah, I would need help with that, yeah.
Yeah, so both of those things, if you're interested in it and you step up to the plate and contact us or somebody and try to, get involved with it, we can add that. We certainly could look into it anyway. Easy loot. That's funny. All right, we should probably go on to the next thing because
Well, Compute, I just want to ask, do you know how to customize the plugin? What's this generator? Oh yeah, that's the plugin, yeah. Oh, they do have a spigot page.
oh wow, you can do both. Good.
Okay, Compute, if I send you, if you want to generate the files yourself, do you know how to generate config files yourself? Because if you can just do that. Otherwise, I can send them to you directly.
Good. That should be fun.
Okay, cool. I got that on the list, so I'll contact you soon about that, mate. Okay, next board, next topic.
The jobs.
Yeah,
I think that's
reevaluate
going
jobs.
really well. I mean, I've enjoyed getting the courts and working the jobs. It's fun. I think that's been a really good plug-in.
Okay, Zay. Well, you can still send them to me. It's only a temporary ban, just to cool things down because I logged on. Sorry, I'm going back into this again, but last week I logged onto the server after this happened and people were shouting and going crazy in the global chat. So I just wanted, and it was only a few days away from the server meeting. I didn't want it to bleed on over to what we're doing today. So that's sort of the reason why the banning took place, because I just wanted things to just stop right there for now until we can work it out what's going on.
Right. That's not unreasonable, I don't think.
I mean, if people just PvP'd without going crazy, then it wouldn't be an issue. But they start pulling the moderators in and using the global chat, and I just, I don't want to go into it.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
it's calmed down a little bit now, so people could reasonably talk,
yeah.
talk about it. So getting back to the jobs thing. So, I think the question was about, could you look at again how we're paid in courts. I don't know exactly because he's not here right now, but maybe take a look at that again. How we're paid, and if there could be some other rewards, like if you're the before they had this thing where they put your head up on the board if you were the best farmer for the week, for the month or whatever. That was kind of cute.
We
That
still
didn't take.
we still have it, don't we?
Yeah, I think that would be fun. Um, but maybe having some incentives too, so people could come and talk to us about it.
Well, the jobs shop,
Rewards and incentives, yeah.
I see the jobs shop. I do see that. I mean, I know it's there. I just haven't set that up pretty much because we've already got the vote shop. Um, I didn't think we needed another shop.
We already have the what shop?
Well, we have the vote shop and we have the admin shop at spawn with
Yeah,
the things you can buy with quartz.
yeah. What's the next on there?
Yes, hook
That
and rag. That's why the bans took place, because it wasn't done in a mature way. It was anyway. Uh, yeah, I didn't really have plans A to set up the job shop right now. We've already got some other things. We already got the boat shop and the admin shop at spawn. So, I mean, the idea was that you do the job and you earn the quartz, and then you use those quartz to buy some diamonds at spawn or whatever. That was meant to be the reward, more or less. Like, the reward is getting paid and then being able to buy resources with that. So, I know the job shop is something on top of that, but I don't think it's really like. I mean, I can write it down, but I don't think it's something I'm really going to spend time on right now.
Yeah, and just, it's what a great idea though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome, and we should revisit it again and think about it, but right now you got a lot going.
Yeah, someone could set it up. Are you volunteering for that, Zay?
She might be. Anyway, and we could revisit that, some of these things we could revisit next week again if in 2 weeks again if people want to talk about it, certainly maybe people have updated, looked up things, prepared things, that kind of thing,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah, that's it.
all right. So, events, custom.
Time limit nether events is.
Oh, the nether, like having a time limit nether event or an end event. That was, the suggestion that because we can't go to the nether, and because people can, I don't go to the nether, but because people can't go to the nether, and because people can't go to the end, maybe you might think about having something like that kind of event, maybe something that's spontaneous. It won't be announced ahead of time, so that it's, people aren't coming on just for that. And I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. People are talking about the other things. Well,
Oh,
incent.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Well, like I said, Zay, I thought the incentive would be getting paid that's the incentive. You know, you become a woodcutter. Incentive is cut down trees to get paid. I think that's a pretty good incentive. I mean, that's what it's like in real life. You know, you go to work to get paid. That's the incentive to go to work.
I think that's I mean, I think that's reasonable just because we have a small server here. So, I mean, you can only have so many things that you're doing. I don't know. The server can only take so many things too, right? I mean,
Yeah. This sort of ties in with the Dark Moon event because if we're doing any kind of event ideas, will probably be merged in with the next Dark Moon. So if we're having a Nether thing where you can go to the Nether for a limited time, that will probably be during the next Dark Moon. So, uh, but I will write this down because this has been brought up before.
yeah.
So like if we had like say 30 minutes, you could go to the Nether for 30 minutes during the Dark Moon or something. I don't know. Just some
Yeah,
sort of
that'd be
idea.
good. Yeah, I like that.
But I'll write it down and try and think of a more creative way to do it.
Um, yeah, that brings up a good thing. Is A too. People, if you want to do the job thing and you want to have currency in the group, then people have to spend money and people have to have shops and people have to provide things and, instead of just a few people. Um, I know, Lig, that you set up the shop, but you were almost thinking of just not having a shop there because other people need to step up to the plate and offer things in their shops, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you really want to do it, people should be doing. I mean, I don't know exactly how it's going to work out.
I think what they're trying to ask is we need more things for people to spend quartz on, right?
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, so we need more like we'll call it money sinks, something to waste money on.
yes,
Yeah,
okay, I see what you mean. Like the wings thing, but maybe more than just one thing, and maybe not that expensive.
the next monthly item. I suppose we need to set that up soon. I need to move the shrine.
Oh yeah, we like that. That was fun making that. The next one is admin shop having an expensive item. Yeah, or even like if you don't want to do things in the admin shop that's everybody's going to exploit, something from the end that's just um, we were thinking of something like this is one of the ones that I did, and Zay and I did it. Maybe just something decorative from the end or from the nether, um, that what couldn't be exploited. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, an expensive
That's
item. Do you mean something very expensive, like something that's just like the only reason you'd buy it is because you're wasting your money, or you want to show people how rich you are?
yeah, like a decorative kind of thing. Maybe not outrageously expensive, but
Yeah.
obviously from the end or the nether it would cost more, but um and maybe switching it out, having various things.
Mm.
All right, well that's you guys can
Well, okay.
jump in if you
I'll say this now. I'll get another monthly item set up at Oak's Rest.
Oh
It'll
good.
be something that will cost like a lot of quartz, and you guys can decide if you think it's worth it. But I'll come up with something very soon.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we already talked about the PvP arena, so
Well, we're just seeing like there's a light from the lights near the end.
oh, lights from the end.
Yeah. We're just talking about what kind of expensive item we can add to the admin shop.
Yeah, like the Flotus. That's a good name.
Oh, I mean, the idea of I think if we're going to put a really expensive item into the game, I'd rather incentivize. Like, we've got some things in the vote shop. I want people to vote. I,
Oh
re-
yeah,
I,
good.
re-
You're right.
I did put those blocks in there that cost like a bunch of votes to buy them. I don't know if people like those blocks, if people are buying them or not. Are people buying those blocks in the vote shop?
How do you know?
I don't know. There's no way to look at the record.
Oh.
I'll bring back the item of the month though. That will be coming back. So
Yeah, that was fun. That's something.
yeah,
But just
yeah,
don't have like, have thousands and thousands of whatevers to
yeah,
clog up the lag
yeah,
to get quartz. Don't do that.
yeah. Yeah. It'll be another item to buy.
So that's all that we pretty much talked. The luck at just a reminder about that being closed out in a week or so, a week,
Yeah, the
one
lock.
week from
Yep,
today.
Locket is out next week. Next weekend before the weekend begins. So it'll be like Friday. It'll be removed. So if you come to play on the weekend, Locket will be gone. So whether that means you have to protect your things with factions or you want to go around looting, whichever is the case. Next weekend is the time to do it. So
That's funny. And as we said in the beginning, we're willing to come to the meetings, talk about this stuff, talk about it with us. When you're doing PvP, you're not doing it to be really horrible and mean and make people feel really bad. If you're doing PvP because you're angry and it's not just, role playing and you're really mad at somebody, that's there isn't room for that here. I don't know.
and we also have one last sign here about the PvP arena. So remember, guys, if all of you, how many of you guys want a PvP arena? Pretty much all of you do. So if you guys want that PvP arena, you got to make it happen, guys. You got to make it a reality. Come on, community built PvP arena.
Did Tidge get here
No, he's not
yet?
here. He
Did he
hasn't.
get here? Okay.
No.
So the person you want to contact is Tidge or one of us.
Yeah,
And a lot of you said that you were interested, so that's good. That's awesome. That's
yeah,
what the way it should be. And probably most of you would agree that, it should be a community created thing, not just one person is God and they get the creative and they create this thing that nobody's, jumped in on. Nobody's hung in there and worked together for. So, and
yeah.
I think that's a good attitude. That's a good idea. That's a good philosophy, I guess, for our server.
Okay, so if he's not working on it,
Oh, he doesn't want to do it?
okay, Zay, where's that though? Because we want to have the arena near the spawn, next to the main area. You know the area that we've set up. Can it fit in that area?
Yes, it is cool. It's bigger, right, Zay?
And Zay, I've got a link here in the chat. I'll just link it again. That's the PvP Arena plugin. If you really should try to base the build around that plugin. So if you want to do your research and figure out how that works, because I believe you need like a starting area for each team and all that. So make adjustments if you need to.
All right, so Tidge isn't going to do it. Zay is going to do it, and we're going to do it at spawn, and people are going to volunteer to help her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she said she's already got one built. I mean, I don't know whether we should
No,
move
it's
it.
started. Zay, I don't think you finished it. No, because she's working on another thing for someone else. So,
Okay.
which is very cool. For the orcs, it's a tent with bones. It's amazing. Yep. Okay. So she did look at. I I
Okay.
thought that was true. She did look
Yeah.
into it.
All right.
So
Yeah.
it can be moved, right?
It could be moved. Yeah. If
Do
that's
you
if
want her to
that's what.
finish it first, or do you want her to move it, what
Well,
she did, and then
Zay, is that
finish
the
the
what
rest?
was that? Was that the purpose of that arena to be a community? for the community.
You guys got to stop jumping around because I can't. It's like I can't jump around somewhere else. Add tournaments and prizes, yes.
You're not entertained.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone through all the signs now, so I think that's safe to say we've covered everything.
Yep. I think we have, or as much as like, it's getting late now, so we've talked a lot, and certainly you guys are welcome to talk to us. Anytime. Oh, you know what else would be good is if people could talk about this with their faction members and other people, because I know it was my fault. I asked to have this meeting because we had it scheduled, and I forgot to remind. Sorry, and we didn't remind you very early, but people came, so I know it wasn't the full turnout, but
Still good. We still got a lot done. So
yeah,
I mean, I've got a full
yeah,
page of notes, so that's good.
yeah. Thanks to everybody for coming, because I know it's your Sunday night, and it takes time to do it. Thanks. Somebody gave me pumpkins and fish. Thank you.
How many chunks is yours, Zay? The fighting area, like the 4 chunks is meant to just be the fighting area. That doesn't include the stands and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good question. Did you guys like the way we did the talking today? And if you didn't want to do it, we could go back to the typing. I just thought it was good for you guys to hear our voices or hear a voice instead of just the typing. Because ideas get across a little bit better when you hear someone talking, not just typing. You don't hear the emotion in their voice or anything like that.
Zay, we can build a new arena. Get everyone involved in it. What do you think? We'll build it right there in Oak's Rest, and it'll be themed for Oak's Rest. And everyone can do their part.
And certainly Zay can think about it. I mean,
yeah, it's not a rush.
We don't want to put pressure on you like right now that you got to make a decision about anything.
Yeah.
Just since you're the person who volunteered, and there are other people that volunteered that wanted to assist, so I think we can get a group together.
Next to the wool shop. Is that where you want it?
Yeah, there is.
Is there really? What's wrong with the spot next to the spawn, like near the spawn area? Is that too close?
Maybe too small, they think.
I thought there was plenty of space there.
I don't know I don't know the exact.
Well, everyone type /spawn. We'll go there now. Let's go to Oak's Rest. /spawn, everyone.
Ooh. Here we are. Everybody's supposed to be at spawn, so if you didn't /spawn yet, please do it.
Is there something wrong? Where is everyone? Oh, is that 30-second delay, right?
30-second delay, yep.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Is this where it is, these signs? Can we take these signs down? Oh,
yeah, but this is where we wanted to put the arena. in this area. So there's 4 chunks here that are claimed as war zone. That's where the fighting area would be. So when people die in those chunks, those war zone chunks, they don't lose faction power. So it's a pretty.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't think it's 4x4. I think it's 2 by. Oh, I'm just looking. Can't remember the command now.
He's got it divided up, right? So
Yeah, I think it's 2 by. Was it 4 by 6 or something? I don't know, Jim.
what does it say? Did
One,
she come?
2. Okay, so
There you
it's
are.
2 by 4, 2 by 4, 2 by 3. Wait, 1. I guess it's 2 by 2. Okay, I forget how big chunks are. I think they're smaller and they're actually bigger than I remember. It's a pretty large area. 4 chunks. So that's the fighting area. So you can build.
But there's more land too, right? That's just the fighting area, but you could do even bigger. But I'm afraid if it's any bigger, it's going to be overwhelming for someone to do. Not Zay, but for everybody to collaborate on. Seems like it's big enough.
It is big enough. Yeah. And it's going to be in a pit style, so we're not doing a coliseum. I don't think we should do a coliseum where it stands above the ground. I think it'd be more. I think it'd be better if it's something you look down into. So if you walk out of spawn and you walk out here along the road, you can look down and see into the pit.
Yeah.
That's how we want to do it. So be digging downwards for that.
Oh, so it's going to go down and then people sit around the sides of it?
Yeah.
Um, someone just, I missed it. Someone said something about it not being in spawn. I, I, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
see
yeah. We need
why.
to we need to get Daniel on because he's the expert on pits. Yeah.
Pits and cages. We're going to have a cage too? That's funny.
Yeah. It's a pit you go in to die, and it's a hole, the hole of death, or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Good start today. Good. I don't. Yeah, just make sure you know how the plugin works, so you set it up correctly. You need to have an area for red team, an area for blue team.
Oh, that's why he has all these squares up here, blocking it out. Yeah, Raven, people can use whatever materials they want. You need to help her out though with, bringing those in and asking her. One of the things you could do with Zay is just, as you see her, ask her, what do you need for the arena and what you got, you could throw to her, and if you needed to get things too, you could do that. Yeah, that, all of it can be discussed with, if you get a group of people together to discuss exactly what has to be done, you can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not swayed on how it should look. If you guys don't want a hole in the ground, don't do a hole in the ground. It's the whole idea of
Yeah,
it being community built. You guys can decide what you think you want here, like a
because
group.
they did a good job in Oak's Rest.
Yeah.
It's sort of a spontaneous build, but creative build, but yeah, no, and that should be very clear. Tidge doesn't want to do it, and so if Tidge, if he doesn't want to do it, then it's a blank slate, Zay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. blank slate.
Did maybe one of us should ask Tidge just in case, but it doesn't seem like he really wanted to do it. I mean, he wanted to do it, but he wanted to do it in creative, and you know, and that was very nice of him to offer. It was really sweet, you know. But I think that we should try to make the effort um, to do it not in creative and do it as a community, because then you're going to have more people that are going to want to use it.
Yeah,
You know, you're not going to just build something and then it just sits there because nobody does
yeah.
anything
It,
with it.
it should be built by the people who want to use it. Basically, we're going to use it so they can put their own ideas in on how they want to, how they think it should be. So, see you, Raven.
All right, I think we're good, right?
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. Um, so just a reminder, these are the things I have on my list here that we've gotten from the meeting. So we're removing Locket. We're going to have a wiki section, page on the wiki page about plugins. So we're going to have a list of all the plugins we've got, or what, just like the instructions on how to use them. We're going to have a farm limiter plugin to limit the farm so we can reduce server lag. We're going to have mythic mobs and custom brewery recipes. That's going to be done by Does Not Compute. We might have a job shop set up. It depends on if anyone wants to step up and set that up. Zay said she might, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
We
good.
have some ideas about nether access during the next dark moon, but that's not. There's no promises there. That's just an idea. And we got the new monthly item coming soon. So these are the things to look forward to, guys. Thanks for coming to the meeting. I'm going to end the stream there. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot. Say bye, Lotus. Bye, Lotus. Okay.
Bye.